another one.
Yes, indeed. Let's go. We got Star in the building. What's up?
What's up? What's up, everybody? I told y'all I'll be going live again, so.
I know, man. We putting you on overtime.
I'm on overtime, but
hey,
I said I got to do this show, so I'm here.
Yeah, this show is gonna be different. And what's up, boy?
Man, what's good, bro? You already know what time it is. What's good, chat? It's your boy, Mr. Always Making Plays. And y'all know what time it is. You know what the day is. It's not just hump day. It's what? What we doing, okay? What we doing, man? What we doing, guys? That's right. What we doing Wednesday. We got some work to do.
We got some work to do.
Yep.
This stream is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125 on your next deposits up to 2,000. Let me correct that real quick, because that looked like 20,000. Boom. There you go. Promo code YouTube 150, man. You got to make sure that ad is right, and it's right now. So first of all, no more excuses for the Dallas Cowboys, even more. That's actually a new hashtag, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So I can't wait to talk about that, because it looked like that hashtag took off organically, and I love it. I love it. And then LT said, "What?" Shit, man. Yeah, we gonna talk about
They
that.
love talking about us, bro.
Yeah. LT said what? I actually listened to the whole interview today. You know me, man.
Let me get this time next to you.
Yeah, man. This pounding on Micah. I understand. We gotta just kind of. I think we gotta just talk about this, and we gonna talk about this from a, logical standpoint, right? And fair, right? So
It's only right.
it's only right. So I'm excited. I'm gonna do like we did last time. I'm gonna just start it off general. Last time I think I started with Amp, so I'm gonna start with you, Star. Generally, what's on your mind? Just a open check.
The salary cap went up. That's what's up about
It
that.
is.
Salary cap went up.
Yeah.
So that means even further, like you said, no
More excuses.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
more excuses. Mhm.
Yeah. So Amp, same blank check.
Bruh. We still, and I'm still on no excuses, bruh. Like, I'm hearing the things the coaching staff is saying, bruh, and it sounds good, but I don't want Dallas Cowboy fans to get caught up in adjectives and adverbs and verbs, bruh. I don't, because guess what? It sounds good, but will it translate is the question. Because one thing that we all know is we know how the Jones family operates. And even though this coaching staff sounds promising, they might be cut and don't even know it.
What you mean? Hold on, you can't talk like that. What you mean? What you doing over here, bruh? Huh?
Bruh, I'm just sitting down.
Huh?
Sounds good.
No, you can't. No. Elaborate.
The same words. Effort, investment, hustle, all of that. Yeah, it sounds good. The last regime said the same thing too.
Gotcha.
I'm speaking for the fans, bruh.
Okay.
And they tired of hearing the same old jargon over and over again, bruh, with the same nothingness, dog.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So
now,
I need to see some actions
You thought
behind
it
those
was the
words.
exact same Amp? I didn't think it was the exact same. I heard some different.
I heard some differences too. I did. So let me. So we gonna talk
And I
about
heard
that.
some wet concrete too.
What?
I heard some wet concrete too.
Oh, so listen. Damn. So you can't. Now, who did you hear from?
just them collectively as a whole.
Damn.
A lot of them in general are saying.
Because I got 2 interviews right here, and I did hear some things that I ain't gonna lie, it concerned me. So let me ask y'all, should we start with LT, the Cap, or the coaches?
Let's get this LT mess out the way, dog.
You want to go LT first?
Yeah.
That might take a minute. You sure? We start with the LT. We'll start with the LT. We'll start with LT, man. This is gonna be a real good show. We finna bring it all the way to y'all, man. I'm excited about this show. All right, so let's get it. Y'all already know. When y'all hear that music, when the vibe change, it's time to turn it on. Let's go. All right, here we go. All right, so we said we go kick it off with LT. I have the actual video in the description so you can watch the whole thing. I always recommend doing that. That way we can get the whole context.
Context matters.
Yeah, we can get the whole context because that's very important, because a lot of things are taken out of context. So let's just kick it off. All right, so we go kick it off. We go kick it off with the first thing that he said. Oh man, hold on. I messed up. Let me go pull the video. Yeah, I thought I had the video. I gotta go pull it. Let me go pull it real quick. I got it, but I just gotta put it in the show.
My dog moving. Danny flying that thing. I'm flying too over here.
I got it. I found it. Jane Slater just tweeted. What's going on with Jane? Can somebody check and see what's going on with Jane? I just saw she tweeted something. Yeah, we gotta keep our ear to the ground. All right.
She got Jane, dog.
Yeah, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Oh, I gotta put my Bet US on it first. Hey, gotta make sure that check go through. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go.
Like whenever a new defensive guy.
Hold on. Damn, I ain't want to do it like that. I want to do it like this. That way I get all my money. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time for no copyright strikes. You hear me? They try to play with me. Here we go.
Comes along, Michael Parsons is an incredible athlete, and Garrett out there in Cleveland. The comparisons, the first thing they want to do is they want to compare to you. You are the standard, but I feel like that's comparing to somebody to Jordan. And we still have that. We still have that. But I don't think that anyone should be compared to you until they've been away from the game at least 20 years and still talk about it.
That sounds good too. But and I guess you're talking about Michael Parsons. He's a great player. But guys, let's play more football and less podcasts. Okay?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? Is he right?
I don't know what he means necessarily by that, because LT probably is not following Micah. Like, he knows he does a podcast, but he's probably not seeing all the work and rigorous training, and Micah be doing some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? The way he goes about how he trains, and we're talking about training 3 to 4 times a day, always coming to camp in peak shape. This kid's he just got hurt for the first time in his career since high school last year. That doesn't come from not being focused and taking care of your body and doing all that you can to make sure that you remain on the field. So to me, the comment kind of seemed like he's saying Micah's not focused. Like, he's not focused about football, and I just totally disagree with that, because I don't see a lack of focus from Micah. As you would say, boss, I don't see a Luka, mentality where he's just relying off of his talents, but he's not putting in the work to operate at the level that he operates.
Right.
So I'm a little bit confused on why LT said that. I don't know if it was just a popular talking point because people talk about Micah's podcast so much that he just went with that, and maybe he just doesn't like people being compared to him too. Because
Ooh.
sometimes he may just feel like I'm the greatest. Don't compare no Micah Parsons to me.
Ooh.
He hasn't reached my level, and he won't reach my level until 20 years from now or whatever. I don't know. But
Right.
it was weird.
Yeah. Amp, was he wrong?
If this was,
Because he said he need to do less podcasting and more work.
less podcasting and more football. Let's play more football and let's do less podcasting.
Let me play it exactly.
But guys, let's do more. Let's play more football and less podcasts. Okay?
Yeah.
Is he wrong?
Bruh, on the surface, when you look at that, hell yeah, he wrong. Because Micah does, how often, inquiring minds, how often does Micah Parsons do the podcast?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week,
And
right?
sometimes not
Okay.
even that. Sometimes he missed.
Oh, okay. And
If that.
we're
Yeah,
currently doing a podcast right now, right?
Right.
And this will probably take us about 2 hours, right? And if we do it live and raw, but he does it polished, and no, he does it live too, right?
No.
Okay.
Pre-record.
Pre-record, so they got to do some editing. He may have somebody to do that for him.
May.
Being the president, you know, he actually probably
He
does
not editing.
have- He not editing. Yeah, no.
He ain't doing thumbnails.
No. So he's literally the length it takes to record is all that
He's
he
done.
Yes, because
So like a
listening to
hour,
the way
45
he
minutes.
talks, he's not doing no in-depth research like we do.
No.
He's not creating graphs and charts and
No.
looking at film and he's not doing that for his show.
It's all done for him.
He's having our phone conversations, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he's doing. And so for that to be once a week, how much less do you want, LT? I think what LT was doing is he was unfortunately, I actually feel bad for the brother, because as much as respect that I have for him and the player that he is, the unfortunate part is I think the brother is guilty of reaching and grabbing at low-lying fruit, to be honest. I think he was being a prisoner of the moment. He got caught up. Because
Right.
it's cool. It's easy to pile on. You know what I'm saying? And there's obviously been talks about that. You know, people hear about it. It's a popular conversation. So I get it. And he probably just went with how he was feeling at the moment. You know, he wasn't prepped for that. He wasn't prepared for that. But he just went, that was his raw, real answer. Star, I think you have an amazing point in the fact that he might feel slighted, like, and I'm respectfully when I say this, I'm saying, this little ninja think he me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly the tone that it has. Chad, thank you. It has the shut up and play ball sentiments behind it. And so, you know, I want, and this goes for all former players, nobody had an iPhone to track y'all to see how much you were on Twitter last week, or how much you looked at your playbook, how long you looked at your iPad and studied your material. There were no tracking devices of such nature back when you played ball. See, when you left the field, the playing field, and you left the practice field, nobody knew what the hell you were doing. You had that benefit at your disposal. But now, because we know where a player might be because of a tweet or an Instagram photo, now we think we know them. Now we think we know who they are. Y'all know just as much as I do. Social media is a facade, and it's also a misrepresentation. So for him to insinuate the fact that Micah Parsons is not putting in proper work, or is cheating the game, or is not taking the game seriously, quite honestly, y'all, it's unfair.
You know, y'all know I got proof that LT was doing commercials in his day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
if you doing commercials in your day when you was a player, was you 100% focused on football?
Commercials, TV shows. Wasn't he on Jamie Foxx show one episode?
I'm not sure. But I will say, when we talking about this podcast, this is what I said about any athlete. And I'm just keeping it real. If you are an athlete, especially a famous athlete, and you don't have a podcast, you are cheating yourself out of an annuity plan or future payment plan. I literally told Tad Prescott that same thing.
It's a bag.
I told him, I said, your brother gonna only play another 4 or 5 more years. He got some diehard fans that if you just even play video games and just engage with them, you would make a lifelong amount of money off of his work.
T-Pain making hand over fist right now, doing the same thing, playing video games.
Just playing video games. I said, if you any athlete, you should have a podcast, especially if you are famous. This is the thing I hate about the coverage of the Cowboys. We always focus on the negative clip and not the context. I stopped for a reason. Obviously, he kept talking, and people not gonna talk about what Tyra said. Let's listen to what Tyra said. Watch this.
Yeah.
You know,
I do like the fact, and it's you know what, as it's a different world now.
Oh shit.
Yep.
It's a different world now. See, they left that part out. They left the part out where he was getting pushed back.
And I like seeing, but you're right, you should invest 100 in what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I also like laying tracks for life after football, because I think
Oh shit. Oh, we left that out, didn't we? Didn't we just left that out? Wow. That's the part that you not gonna hear people say.
Yeah.
That it's a different time now. Can I play that one more time? Y'all want to hear that one more time?
but
play
I
it.
also like laying tracks for life after football. Because
Oh, okay. Which is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very wise for any athlete to lay tracks for after football.
I
You know
think
what's funny?
Micah in particular, he'll be a broadcast or an entertainment
Yeah,
guy,
because- and-
action movie star. Like that brother's got got it.
Yeah.
Okay, yo, so we gonna leave that part out. That's the part.
It's other parts too, boss. Because look, when you look at it, right, you have a lot of athletes, older, retired, out the game for a minute, who will kind of turn their nose up or scorn particular athletes based on their financial tendencies, how they handle their money, right?
Right.
And oh, you need to save your money, and you don't need all them cars. You can only drive one at a time, and you need to preserve your money and think about life after, after ball. And those people say that, right? And those people also be the same people, the same types who like to talk about the younger generation being lazy, no work ethic, things of that nature, right? And this is a brother who is doing extra work. He has a part-time job. Let's just simplify it for what it is.
Say
He
it.
is a full-time professional athlete with a part-time job, and we tripping on a man for a part-time job. See, what I've come to know is individuals who will trip from personal experience, who will trip about your part-time job. The reason why they're tripping about that part-time job is because they want you to be dependent upon your full-time job. They want to be able to control your money, to be able to control the type of individual that you are. So a lot of times when you get something else to where, hey, you don't have that control over me anymore. They don't want to touch you and they don't want to deal with you because they feel like you're uncontrollable. That's the real truth behind it.
So let me push back and say, what would y'all say to the comment, and we go do this in rapid fire, that he should just humble himself and listen to the great? The great said, one of the greatest defensive players say, do less podcasting. He should just humble himself and say, yes, sir. Rapid fire, Star.
I mean, is the great gonna pay his bill?
Okay. Help.
Straight up.
Right, Star.
My thing is, you can't speak on nothing you have zero experience about.
Okay. And I would say this. I would say to anybody that would try to tell me just because somebody that was formerly great said something and you supposed to just say yes because they was formerly great, my answer to that is,
oh, hell no.
No, sir. No, sir. Everybody's going to be verified. So like a perfect example is Emmitt Smith. What did Emmitt Smith say about Dak when he was trying to get paid? Y'all remember? You remember, Star?
Yep.
Didn't
he tell him like be team friendly? Yeah, he need to be team friendly.
So Amari can save something for Amari. You remember he said that?
Yeah,
Isn't he formerly great?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so did Dak listen to that?
No, he did not.
Did Amari end up getting paid anyway?
Amari got paid anyway.
But the former great said, be team friendly for the team. You know, you're supposed to just lay down and just take their advice without even thinking. You're just supposed to just run with it. You supposed to, hey, the former great said. Let's also be honest. What's the downside of Micah Parsons and his podcast? Let's be honest. What's the downsides?
He can get tripped up in the things that he says.
Yeah.
It could be used as potential bulletin board material. And
Yeah.
that was only ever my only critique is just don't say nothing to have you in a compromised position or anybody on your team in a compromised position. You know what I'm saying? To where you either giving them ammo or somebody's having to answer your questions. I think that's the same type sentiments that Mike McCarthy said when he was talking about it. He said, hey, me and Mike are going to have a talk, et cetera, whatever. But, you know, never say anything that either you have to answer to or one of your team members has to answer to. I'm totally with it.
Yeah. And see, that's what I would say too. Never say anything about your teammates that can ever be even thought about in a negative light, and don't talk about the opponents. Other than that, make your money. You know what I'm saying? So has Micah slipped talking about his teammates? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Is it bad? Yes. Yes. But I see him doing way more talking lately that's good versus bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I like the talking of him putting pressure on front office. Y'all like that?
Yeah.
Yep. Sure do.
Use that platform.
Yeah.
Right. Use
it.
Yeah, he using the rabbit and the gun. He using it. And see, that we like. So it's not, so for people that's like, don't talk, it's like, all we all saying is talk wiser. Right?
Right. Yep.
But then it's a lot of people that's going so far to even say you shouldn't pay him because of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with his play. Nah.
Zero.
Right. Zero. Now, if Micah was underperforming, I know people say stuff about the playoffs, but just as a player, his individual performances and his accolades, he is on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Only 2 or 3 other players in the history of the NFL, Derek Thomas, Dwight Freeney, I forgot the other person's name, have even done what Micah Parsons has done in the first 4 years of their career.
Right.
So, like I said, like, Micah, if you were to get rid of Micah, it would be for non-football reasons.
Right.
Because there's nothing that he's done on the field for you to be like, he's not all in or he's not about football. And I know this gentleman, he has this comment about the vets and, Micah didn't show up to OTAs, but was that Micah's fault or was that front office's fault for not paying him?
Let me also say something about that. That was spin against Micah. A lot of people don't know that the year before Micah didn't show up to OTAs.
Facts.
But that year he was actually praised for it.
Yep.
But then when it was time for him to get paid, the same media people came out there and made him sound greedy for what he did the previous year where they praised it. Tuck showed me that. Mm-hmm. I was shocked when I saw it. I was like,
fans look-y showed their hands, bro.
Yeah.
They really did.
He was praised the year before for missing OTAs.
Oh,
then
look at
Tuck.
Whitworth. Look at him. He's training with a former great offensive tackle.
He's with Whitworth. Yeah. I don't know if he was with Whitworth then, but I know he was missing OTAs the year before, and people was praising it.
That's when he was with
ain't that some bull? Are you sure about that? But people go triple check you.
I'm 100%.
See, ain't that some bull, bro? Are you sure about that, bro?
I'm without a shadow of a doubt,
Yeah,
bro.
he was with Whitworth,
And see,
he was-
and so first of all, let me hit the super chat button real quick. Appreciate the super chat, big dog. Y'all keep them super chats coming, cause I'm gonna play something. And JC in the house. What's up, JC, man? Good to see you, big dog. My boy D.A. Lee in the house. What's up, man? I see Jack in the house. T Church, Sadiqa Charles. What's up, everybody, man? I appreciate y'all for rocking for all of us. Amp, Star, Gazer, Boss Cowboy Sports. Let's go. But that's a good super chat. So you put $5 on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you, right? And this should put everything to bed on that super chat concern. Listen to this.
Mike Todd Archer with ESPN. Have you had a player as diverse as Micah with all the different things that you can do with him? He was talking about all the different packages that you got going with him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I ever had, obviously I've had some really good players with, Deion Sanders, Daniil Hunter, guys that we've been able to do a lot of different things with. But with him, I don't know that he couldn't play every position. He could probably play free safety if he wanted to. Now I don't want him back there covering pass very much, but no, he's he's brilliant. Number one.
Yeah, I be laughing at you too, G. I laugh at you all the time. Yeah, I'm rolling. I be listening at you say pressures don't matter. I be laughing because I be like, damn, he wrong as hell. I swear I laugh at you.
He understands football. Number two, we've been meeting in the mornings a lot.
Oh. Wait.
In the mornings a lot.
Whoa.
Understands football. Number two, we've been meeting in the mornings a lot.
Whoa.
Number two, we've been meeting in the mornings a lot. Paul Gunther's done a really good job with him, but I sit in there with him and Trayvon, and we talk about protections and schemes, offenses, what they're trying to do, how they're going to attack him.
I already said this, G. I already said this. So I don't know why you laughing. And I already told you that'd be pissing me off. So chill out. We all agree with that.
Things like that.
Yeah. So this is my point. So that was Micah meeting with Zimmer and Paul Gunter in the mornings with Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
In training camp when nobody else was doing it.
Yep.
See, that's what they don't talk about. That's what LT don't know about.
Right.
Nope.
So anybody that was concerned about Micah Parsons, right? And does he spend the time? It's all kind of stuff that's said about him that don't match what the coaches say. Like even just Ali, he said he don't want to get in the playbook. Well, what was that? What was that? Huh? What was that?
And remember, boss, there was rumors saying that he didn't like to learn. He couldn't even stay still.
He's not an X's and O's guy.
He couldn't sit down in the classroom. But yet you
Yeah.
have Zimmer saying no, it's complete opposite. He's actually quite brilliant, can play any position on the field. And
They
he's
low-key
willing to
were
do
saying they were low-key saying that the man has ADHD. They did everything but say that. He can't sit in the seat long enough. He's bouncing around. He's causing disruptions. He's a troublemaker.
Right. He don't want to learn. He don't want to learn. But
You know what
yet he the
category I
only
put-
one in the morning. Let me address G.
You know what category I put
hold on
the
real
Bucks
quick,
in?
Amp. I don't mean to cut
The
you off. Big
dumb
dog.
category.
I don't mean to cut you off, Amp. Let me address G. He said, I've contended he needs to shut his mouth about his team. Did we just say that?
Yeah.
Didn't we just say that's the thing he needed to do? It's two things he need to do. Don't talk about your teammates and don't put bulletin board material. So we already agree with you, G. We already said that. And that's why I get offended when with laughing emojis, all caps, all of that. It's a certain kind of way content people got to address each other straight up. So like all this laughing like I'm joking, I ain't joking with this. We both have the same goal to win. And I'm gonna address you with respect and I'm gonna be treated the same way. It's that simple. So, you know, G say, he say, when I say I'm rolling, I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing at your misunderstanding. Oh, shut the fuck up. This. All right, let me just keep going, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, nah, ain't. Bro, don't try to gaslight me like I don't know what disrespect is, bro. All right, just chill out, for real. So, let me get back to what I was saying.
Become your own guy? Has Paul become like your guy? He was at your camp. You know, he's been doing a bunch of
Yeah, Paul. He's you know.
All right, hold on. Jackie say, boss, he wasn't here when he said that. Listen, I know I just went off, but I've been saying this on Twitter for a long time. All right, to content creators to stop all that extra stuff. It does piss me off. All right. So when I see all caps and all that kind of stuff, I'm already agitated. I'm just being honest, because we all got brands and it's a certain way. It's a certain way we got to address each other. That's all I'm saying. So if y'all saw me go off, I'm a real man. I'm a real alpha. I'm not no chump at all. All right. And so I'm going to address people how they address me. I don't care who it is. All right. And it's real simple. And I've always been saying in this space, I want respect and we need to respect each other. If I get disrespected, I promise you, I'm going to smack you. I don't care who it is. That's just what it is. So, Amp, did you have something? My bad, bro. You know me. Hey, you know how I get, bro.
You know how I get, bro. You know I got a real. I look sideways at folks who come into church late, man, and be loud, bro.
Yeah.
Come in, listen to the ushers, have a seat, and listen to the word. Now, with that being said, back to the word.
Yeah. So, and then, man, go check the Twitter. See how he came at me yesterday, putting somebody else's words in my mouth. Man, I'm a real man, bro. I played this game. I played it. So, I don't play no games. Y'all want to see how Boss got down on the field? This is how Boss is on the field. I don't play no games. So when I'm serious about winning, so I'm not going to be laughed at, especially by no content creator. It ain't going to happen. Yeah. So anyway. All right. I put in too much work, bro. Like, come on, man. Go on with that. Now, if you want to call in and you want to talk about this, I talk about this in a very respectful way, but it's going to be 100% respect from me, and I'm going to demand it for whoever talking to me. So let me get back to what I was saying. On Micah, because Micah to me is being misunderstood. greatly. So this is Micah talking about him learning. Here we go.
Become your own guy? Has Paul become like your guy? He was at your camp. You know, he's been doing a bunch of
Yeah, Paul, he's you know, at first I was just like, I was like, this guy just wants to talk to me. He just constantly like, man, I want to come to your camp. I want to do this with you guys. Let's go to a basketball game. I'm just like, I'm just not used to a coach with that hands-on approach. So I was like, I don't know. And then as he came to the camp and as we've grown to know each other and played ping pong out here every day and, met every day, our bond is definitely getting closer, and someone that, I think he gravitates more to me and wants to make me better and wants to bring the best out of me. And you always appreciate guys like Paul.
That's the wrong clip. This the right one.
Has anybody explained that why to you on all this stuff, either at Penn State or earlier here?
Nah, man, not like this. I would say Zim is definitely one of the more and most knowledgeable people I've been around, and same with Paul. Zim doesn't say a lot, but he says why. He's not a coach that's going to say, like, just tell you to do something. He's going to tell you something. He's going to tell you why he does it, like why he does it and why it has a lot of success or things like that. Like, there's always a purpose behind what he says. So when he does speak, you actually, like, really listen to it and, like, you gravitate to it.
So he was actually spending a lot of time, obviously, with the coaches. So to me, if we go talk about Micah, I think we need to be factual. We need to be factual. Like, is certain things that's just not factual. Like, he doesn't put in the work. That's why I don't feel what LT is saying. And then Angie said, she said, I like chill boss, but I understand. Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand, boss is a warrior. Boss at heart is a warrior. You gotta know that about me. If you ever saw me on the field, I let my heart out. I play like that. I'm serious. I don't play. I'm serious about the Cowboys. I'm serious about ideas. So if that made y'all feel a little bit awkward, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? To the chat, okay? But I'm gonna be all the way honest. I didn't like how he came at me yesterday because he tagged me under somebody else's quote, like I said it, and it pissed me off. And it's like he was checking me. So listen, y'all, I'm from Oak Cliff, y'all. Come on now. So I'm from Oak Cliff, Texas, man. You know what I mean, Star? It's like like people don't know where I'm from. It's like, nah, man, I don't care if you're a preacher. You know what I'm saying? I don't care at all. So it's preachers too got to come to me right. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? It's too many preachers think that they can talk to us any kind of way. That's probably why he do that, because people do that in church. They start talking down to people. They so used to the congregation just bowing down, like, because they fear the Lord. I forgot I don't fear man. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. My bad, bro. Yeah.
Let's change the song, man.
No, I'm with the song, man. Let's pay Micah down. That's what I'm with. All right, so now we go change the subject, man, and get down to. But did y'all have anything else on that Micah stuff?
Nah. It's gone. That shit gone.
I think people just gotta pay attention.
Unnecessary roughness.
Yeah. Anyway.
Flag on the play, man. 15 yards.
On me, dog. Flag on me.
And an ejection, bro.
I'm ejected, dog.
Nah, I don't need that in my chat, man.
All right, man.
Need that in the chat.
All right. So let's get to these coaches then. I'll get to these coaches because the coaches had some things to say.
They were on it.
Well, it's some things that I would say I was concerned about. I want y'all to listen to this and we'll talk about it.
His ability to both play off ball but also rush the pass rush.
Yeah, Mike is a premier pass rusher. We're going to use him that way, certainly, and he's a heck of an athlete and do a lot of different things for us on defense. And when you have a guy like that, you want to be able to utilize his skill set. And as we're around him more, we'll be able to see what that skill set is and really take advantage of that.
You guys on the reality of what can happen to coaches How do you sort of pick yourself up mentally after what happened?
Nah, that wasn't what he said. Hold on. Let me go back.
We're going to use him that way, certainly, and he's a heck of an athlete and do a lot.
When you, in your first stint, you had some weapons, obviously, as linebackers, coach, and passing game coordinator, but coming back, you got a Micah Parsons. So, like, how do you, from your vantage point, how do you plan, without giving too much away, to kind of utilize his ability to both play off ball but also rush the pass rusher?
Yeah, Mike is a premier pass rusher. We're going to use him that way, certainly, and he's a heck of an athlete and do a lot of different things for us on defense. And when you have a guy like that, you want to be able to utilize his skill set. And as we're around him more, we'll be able to see what that skill set is. And
that's the part I didn't like him. That's the part I didn't like.
Utilizing his skill set?
Now we go figure out what his skill set is. It's totally different than Zimmer. Zimmer had a vision. Zimmer had a clear vision. Vision said, this is what Zimmer said. Zimmer said,
that's some of that wet concrete I was talking about.
So talk to me.
Because you're unsure. Like, I think that every coach who is on this staff should come with some type of understanding of what you're already dealing with. Now, yeah, they're gonna get ample time to, look at film, et cetera, whatever. But somebody, you would think that an individual who calls himself a defensive coordinator would have enough knowledge of a generational player like that. Like, yes, he might not be in your division. Yes, you might not see him every year. But at the same time, you need to be knowledgeable of that type of talent. For if you get the talent, if you got to play against the talent, you need to know what a person like that can do and how can it affect your defense. And I just feel like he sounds a little too unfamiliar on Micah Parsons for me. Like,
yeah.
And this is the type of stuff that makes fans feel like we're in a full rebuild. Like, damn, you got to learn this man from scratch.
Right.
And maybe he didn't mean it that way. I don't, when he.
Yeah, that just bothered me. And see, I think D.A. Lee being fair, he said Zimmer also had more time to prepare for that role. Well, when Zimmer was talking, even when he was hired, he was talking about, when I watched the film, I saw that protections was being slanted towards Micah. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that against the offense, and we're going to change it up sometime. So maybe I'm overreacting, right? Because then we go hear them more and more and more. But I'm just saying, if I'm comparing him to Zimmer, right? I want to hear more. I think D.A. Lee is right. I think D.A. Lee is being fair. I think that's a fair pushback. What's your thoughts on that, Star?
Yeah, he did have another quote where he said that, we're obviously going to use Micah as a premium pass rusher, but I think it could also be balls of, and there's a divide on in the fan base, and honestly, I'm still kind of divided on it. Like, should Micah only be rushing the passer?
That's what see.
And maybe Eberflus like, I don't want to say that because, and I don't know what Micah want to do, because we kind of get mixed signals, because he says like this past offseason or the season before the offseason before 2024, Micah, he was like, I'm dropping weight because we gonna move me around. I'm gonna do a lot of different stuff. I'm not just gonna be rushing the pass. But then sometimes it seems like Micah's like, I'm a edge. I'm not a linebacker. So it's like maybe Eberflus is in that in between of like, what does Micah feel comfortable doing? Because I don't want to put something on him. He is an all-world player. Maybe he don't feel comfortable, but maybe Eberflus in his vision, maybe he got the vision, but he's like, I don't want to say the vision now because maybe I haven't sat down with Micah so that we can talk about the vision I have for him. Because remember when Zimmer first spoke, he didn't have, at the opening presser, remember Zimmer said, I have to talk to Micah first to decide how to use him.
Yeah.
So
I could be overreacting a little bit, just kind of hopping on it too early to the elite point.
Yeah, and it could be a lot of,
and that's why you said with concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think a lot could also be keeping it close to the vest, you know?
Yeah.
Also, too, man, I'm going to probably get killed for this. I think part of it, and go with me on the idea.
Okay.
I believe we are still dealing with a young Simba.
With who?
With Micah.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. The man is going on his what? Fourth coordinator?
Yeah.
He had Quinn, he had Zimmer, and then now he's about to have, okay, this is going to be his third. Third in 3 years to be exact. And each coordinator had him doing something different. Had a different wrinkles, different scheme, different philosophies, different things that they preached. And I think what we have to be careful of, because I'd like to see Eberflus here for a while, just on the sheer point of some type of continuity and consistency for not only players on the defense like Micah, but the defense period as a whole in general. You know, when you're having to learn a new system every year, that ain't cool, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, you need some freshness. Yes, you need some newness, but a completely different system, that's asking a lot. And I said all that to say I believe that young Simba could potentially be having an identity crisis himself, because you're taking advice and consultation and coaching and training from somebody different every single year. Every single year it's a different mission. Every single year it's a different message in my ear that I should be focusing on and gearing up for the season. Every year I got to attack the season differently. Now you do these things too, even in years where you'll have the same coach from year to year. But I will just be glad for Micah to have one consistent voice. So also too, that coach can measure his growth. Y'all go ahead.
No, I had nothing. I wasn't rushing you either. Yeah. Did you have something else on that stuff?
Yeah, I would just say I just agree with that. And I do think that Micah still has another level, because we did see Zim move him all across the line. But we didn't see him play a little bit more linebacker like we were all hoping. Because the issue, and one of the issues, people say, well, why doesn't Micah do this or whatever in playoff games? And a lot of time it's like, Micah is undersized, and he says that all the time. Like, I am undersized. Like, I'm not Myles Garrett or whatever. I'm not that type of body type. And so we do think that there's many ways that Micah can affect the game. And yes, his superpower is rushing the passer, but we also think like helping the run. Like, if he played a little bit more off ball, he would be better than that. Because I still believe that the vision for Micah that we saw the best out of him was his rookie year, which was 2021. I like how Zimmer used him, but I still do feel like we should use Micah with like a pass rushing linebacker. That's how I feel like Micah should be used, but I don't know if Micah wants that. And maybe the coaches, they have to teeter the line, because Eberflus is a linebacker whisperer. So when he looks at Micah, he probably looking at Micah like linebacker. But then Micah's like, nah, bro, I'm an edge. So I don't know, man. Like, sometimes it can be, as a coach, it's like you should push your people to be. Coach Mar been preaching forever, like Micah needs to do more than just rush the passer. But we don't know. Micah did some. I don't know, man. I don't know what's best, and I'm not trying to.
No. I will say this. Just the thing that I didn't like about Dan Quinn is I didn't like Micah isolated. I didn't like how, especially the latter parts of the year, he was basically playing mostly rush in. So it was easier to scheme against Micah and target him. That's what made Zimmer to me kind of a little bit, you know what I'm saying, more creative, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you will see him play on the left,
Damn,
the
imagine
right.
that. The old man creative, boy.
Man, you know, so all I'm saying, because Miss Charles told me before, Miss Sadiqa Charles, and she was right on this, that sometimes we got to wait till it play out. That's true.
Yeah.
You know, but it is also, to me, fair to raise the concerns, because I don't want Micah to go back to being a static rush in. I don't think that's good for the defense at all.
No.
At
Gotta
all.
keep them guessing. Gotta keep them guessing.
Yeah, I won't. It's almost like,
because if you keep them stationary, what you have done is you have transformed that queen into a rook.
That was, but I was just finna say the exact same thing, bro. I was literally finna say the same exact thing.
Boy, I got ESP over here, dog.
Man, me and you was on it, bro. Me and you was on, because my boy Rome is in the house. What's up, Rome?
Yes,
JC in the house, and yeah.
JC.
Even listen, y'all. I know it went crazy, but even Let's Talk Cowboys is in the house, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all the content creators. For real. I appreciate all y'all. All the time. Me and Rome just talked on the phone for shit. The homie landlord. Listen, man, everybody up in this boat.
They all come from behind the curtain at the same
time.
Man,
I swear to God, man. They all came, bro. All the homies came up in here at the same time. But say we got Rome in the house. We got and landlord came with $5. And you know what? Even when I be on his show, I don't shoot him no super chats, man. I'm shaded. I'm gonna shoot you some more super chats, landlord, because every time landlord come in, he come in with the blessings. We also appreciate y'all getting them lights up. My boy say, "What's happening, boss?" Amp Star in chat, just showing love, man. Appreciate it, bro. But going back to that static, man. That's the only thing I would say I was concerned about listening to Eberflus. Is I want him to move around. I love that with Zimmer. Like you saw him at the 3 tech, you saw him on the left, you saw him on the right. And then I love that Zimmer had a real plan. He was like, bro, I see that y'all like to slant protections towards Micah. We're gonna use that against you, you know? And but I trust Eberflus. I think he's gonna do a good job. I just want to maybe hear a little bit more. Let me go to Klayton Adams, because we highlighting some of these coaches real quick. And some of the things I got from it, and then we'll just talk about it together.
With ESPN, what's your background with Brian Schottenheimer? And now are you kind of just learning what he wants, how it meshes what you've done in the past? Where are you guys in that process of scheme-wise?
Yeah, that's exactly where we're at, is just trying to mesh what the vision of what he wants is, because he's going to call the plays. And so I think it would be dumb on my part to try to force a lot of things on that call sheet that he doesn't want to call or he doesn't feel comfortable calling. So I have.
Let's stop there. Yeah, you already went. Man, we've been doing too much content, bro. You know when I'm finna stop. God damn. My dog know when I'm finna stop it and everything, bro. They must hit that. Hey, one more, bro. One more. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that, Rome. See, this is how you know boys do content together, bro, or just good at content. See, Rome, he must have did already a video on this, because he was like, we gonna talk about that in a second though. Yeah. But let's pause right there. That shows you a clear hierarchy that we was kind of messing up. Because see, last year, I ain't gonna lie, I got excited about Brian Schottenheimer, thinking we was gonna have that power and zone running scheme and all that kind of stuff. But really, Mike McCarthy was under control. So
really, to be truthful, deference got in the way.
Yeah. Explain that, and then I'm gonna pass it to Star.
So if y'all watched the opening press conference when Shotty got hired, Jerry Jones is talking about Shotty, and he's going down memory lane, and he's, reminiscing and stuff, and your dad, yeah. Brian, honestly, your dad would tell you the same thing, and I believe, he showed us while he was here, a lot of times, that deference, and
his dad even
his daddy would have told him sometimes son, you just gotta bite your lip, you know.
You gotta bite your lip.
And you know, I like to bite my lip too. You know, sometimes, especially when I get around certain women, I really bite my lip because you know, at the end of the day, I want this royal. Yeah.
But you can see that clear hierarchy this time. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep playing at this start. I want to get your comment on this.
Before you go, on a serious tip. The reason why I was ready for that moment, because also when you look at, you got to go back a little bit further than that, dog.
Okay.
You did too much work on Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy to gloss over that, dog.
Oh, well, talk to me.
Certainly, if it was me, you know, I've never been a big fan of option routes.
Right. They align. Basically, that's what you're talking about.
The alignment.
Yeah, they align. Right.
That's what I'm getting at. The fact that he said I, you know, might not want to do that. See,
that's alignment.
At least
that's beautiful.
On the functionality tip, I am liking what I'm seeing because that won't be an issue, at least initially.
Right.
At the gate, they seem like everybody knows how to play their role, basically.
Yeah. Let me play this part and then start. You got it.
Not had a major background with him. I had talked football with him in the past. I had known him a little bit, but we're really excited. I'm very excited to work with him and just to continue to learn each other a little bit. And I think that that's always going to be a process of, we're all molded a little bit by our experiences, and so there's going to be, we're going to get out into some practices and talk through some things, and I'm going to see some things differently. He's going to see some things differently, and it's going to be a growing process.
I need that. Yeah, we gonna see things differently, man. See, we got to talk about that real quick.
See, go ahead, Star. Please go ahead.
Yeah, you ready to steal? You ready to steal this from Star?
Go ahead, Star.
Yeah, I think that's super important because to me, what it shows is, and see, Dak spoke about this. See, Dak does speak up about some stuff. It's not all stuff. But Dak spoke up about how he appreciates how Shotty went about the hiring process.
Yeah.
Because he was like, it's easy to just hire your friends. You've been in the league 25 plus years, you can just hire your friends. But it seems to me like Shotty said, I don't want to hire my friends. I want to hire people where I feel like I can get better and they can challenge me. And that speaks to Shotty's character because remember in the press conference he talked about Pete Carroll and how Pete Carroll was basically like his super mentor, if you will, because Pete Carroll pushed him. And Shotty to me is a coach that wants to be pushed. He doesn't want to be comfortable. He didn't want to be surrounded by his homeboys and his homegirls. He wanted to be surrounded by fresh new young voices that he feels like can help his offense be innovative.
Right.
So I think it was super important that he got somebody like Clay Adams because he's like, listen, it's not like we had this super close relationship or whatever. We knew each other, but now, we may not see everything eye to eye, but that is how we get better. That's how we get better because you have different competing thoughts and you come to the resolution, not just yes man.
It sounds like
go ahead.
It sounds like Klayton is gonna fight for his ideas, and I like that. See, what I picked up in that exchange is Klayton, and when you're trying to win, I'm gonna just say this straight up. It's a like you got to embrace confrontation. Even I'm gonna say this, even our space, even as content creators, right?
Yep.
No, I'm just being honest. If you a content creator that's about winning, every now and then you go have differences of opinions with others. That's confrontation. That's gonna happen, and you just have to embrace it. If you about see Rome dog, say bro, see Rome said the same. Friction is good, like it is.
I done let Star go. Right?
Yeah.
And y'all done messed around and took my damn point.
Yeah. That's what I picked up from that. The good. Yeah, friction is good.
Because I was going to spin it to what took place a little bit earlier. See, the difference is not the problem. See, what I got from that coach is there's a big word that was not said that needs to be said, and I'm gonna say it. See, the fact that he's already acknowledging the differences, but is confident that they'll be able to work through it, screams the fact that each one of those individuals has a level of respect for one another. See, that's what's missing in the space is you got people out here using their platforms, not respecting other individuals. That's the real problem. And it's not just a lack of respect for others, it's a lack of respect for yourself. Because when you have to do things and purposefully go on people's channel to try to provoke them to respond a certain way, you don't respect or love yourself. Let's just be completely honest. Because if you about you and your business, why are you worried about what someone else is saying? I said this a couple of weeks ago talking about the Cowboys and talking about how to revamp this thing. And I said we need to focus and stay in our lane. Some content creators need to stay in their lane as well. Enough said.
Yeah. With me, it's all about how we do it. That's all.
It's gotta be respect.
But we got to embrace the friction. Like, I embrace the friction. I do.
We have Friction Monday.
What you mean?
Bro, you was front office Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
I forgot.
the type of friction we talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, and guess what? At the end of the day, it's not Boss wins. It's not Star wins. It's not Ant wins. It's not Rome wins. It's not JC wins. It's not Let's Talk Cowboys win. At the end of the day, it should be Dallas Cowboys win. That's why we doing this. We ain't just cutting on the damn computer and the screen and the lights and all of that because I want to win. No, damn it. I want the Cowboys to win. You see all this goddamn Cowboys? Yeah, I like Amp. I love me some meat. I'm a T.O. type of person. But I love the damn Cowboys. And I want them to win. And when the best idea wins, we will be as close to the Dallas Cowboys winning as possible.
And then Angie say, boss, what temperature you on from a scale of 1 to 10? I'm on a 2, 1. What you saw was about 6. You know.
Yeah.
And that's, listen, y'all. It's just always about respect with me. Just period. Like, I don't mind disagreements, but I'm not gonna laugh at you. I'm not gonna put no laughing emojis. I'm not gonna put no big caps. I'm not gonna do other content creators like that, even when I disagree. Like, I greatly disagree that pressures don't matter, but I never called anybody out. I never laughed at him. I never do that. I'm just gonna show the evidence, and then hopefully we can talk through the friction. Now, if it get disrespectful, you go see me raise my levels like Angie talking about. I'll go from a 1, from a 6 to a 50. I promise you that. You know what I mean? I promise you that. But then I'll go right back down to a 1, especially if I'm in a environment like this one, where we can go back and forth. Me and Rome talked about that. Rome was so damn comfortable. Me and Rome talked about this. Rome was so comfortable one day, he just started leaning back like I've never seen him do. I said, Rome, what you doing?
He said, shit, I forgot I was in the show.
He said, I forgot I was in the show. But he said, bro, I got so comfortable on the final word, I forgot I was on the show, you know? And that's the level of friction that I want. I mean that. I want him or anybody to feel like I can disagree with boss, but he's not going to try to undress me. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to try to embarrass me. Like, you know, so that's it, y'all. And I do feel a little bit embarrassed because y'all saw me go to level 6. Some people never saw that. You know, you don't want to see level 7, 8, 9, or 10. But I'm a man. So what does a man go do? I'm going to set that boundary and I'm going to set it hard. That's what a man go do, for real. You know, so if you ever saw me in the streets, that's what you go see. You know, you go see me set my boundary. You know, that's what real men do. So anyway, I appreciate that, Amp. And I appreciate y'all for just rocking with me and just letting me kind of go through my moments and let me be human. That was a human moment, and I'm glad y'all kind of gave me a pass on that. Hopefully y'all did.
Real quick, I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close it with this.
All right.
And that's why I respect what the brother said when he said it. That's why I appreciate content creators like Jay Tuck, because he said, man, that's why I appreciate Boss, because Boss will tell you real quick, hey, send a link.
Yeah, I
See,
will.
And there's value in that, because sending a link or calling or however, it makes it to where it's almost damn near impossible, because a lot can get lost in translation on text.
Yeah.
Via it's in the chat or on
Yeah.
Twitter, etc. But when you have somebody and you can hear a voice, you hear a tone, you hear how they sound, instead of trying to make it sound a certain way in your head, that's how things get misconstrued. So, hey, again, if you got some beef, I urge you, hey, just talk to the person.
Yeah, and
you might still hate their guts after it's over with, but you'll be doing it respectfully.
It's not even about beef to me. It's I would say this, on any disagreement, it's about how we do it. That's it. That's all it's about. It's just about the how. So I think we beat that horse. I think everybody understand. You know, and the key thing that you said, I want people to call in, because guess what? If G is right, I'm gonna say it. If he say pressures don't matter and he really making sense with it, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're right. But I would want to, but if it's laughing while I'm saying it, oh, you gonna see Boss turn up. I'm just telling you, I'm just letting everybody know. You know, I got into it with another content creator over the same things. I told him, I said, bruh, stop all that extra stuff on Twitter and I ain't gonna have no problems with you. You know? He kept at it. I blew up on him, right? Then he ran to his channel and played like a victim. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bruh, it's the same thing I tell everybody. It's all about how you do it. It's as simple as that. Because, see, I want the debates. The debates are good. The friction is good. The friction is good to win. So when you see the coaches saying, oh, yeah, we're going to have some differences. And when we get there, we're going to handle it.
Yeah.
Now, going back to football, what I got to show y'all this right here, because this got my attention. Y'all going to like this a lot. Listen to this.
But it's going to start in the offensive line. Yeah, and you know, Connor is, I've actually known him a long time. He and I have never worked together. We've talked football many times, spent, you know, for guys that have never worked together, probably a fair amount of time together. And then I always think this is, you can assess offensive lines or any position group really when you're evaluating what you think that a coach does, but nothing speaks like the tape. And
woo! That's a big old clue right there.
A fair amount of time together. And then I always think this is, you can assess offensive lines or any position group really when you're evaluating what you think that a coach does, but nothing speaks like the tape. And one thing that I've always respected about Connor Riley over the years of just evaluating his players coming out in the draft and even just evaluating his scheme when I was coaching in college, the players play good. And he's had good players too.
God, it's so much meat in that. Can I say what I heard first? Can I say what I heard first and then can I go first this time?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go talk about the cap and get up out of here. It's not gonna be a long show. Matter of fact, let me get paid. Today's show and stream is brought to you by BetUS. They've been a generous sponsor to a lot of us. My boy Rome, they've been a sponsor to my boy Jay Tuck. A lot of people in the community, man. So it's always beautiful when we don't have to lean on super chats, but it's also beautiful when y'all can make some money off your knowledge. So if you do decide to bet with BetUS, you're gonna get 150% bonus on your first deposit and 125 on your next deposits up to $2,000 with the promo code YouTube150. But going back to what I got from that, appreciate that, Ron. Always, my brother. What I got from that is they picked their coaches from the film. That's different. He said, I knew Connor from a difference. You know what I'm saying? But when I watched them boys play, I knew what I was looking at. Man, that's different, bro. This wasn't that good old boy stuff. This wasn't that I knew him and we came up together, and you know, when I was over here, he was the G. No, he said, I just looked at how his boys played.
Yeah, I do got to push back a little bit because they do have history. They have like 15 years of history. They just never have worked together.
Okay,
but they're actually kind of close behind the scenes, behind work or whatever.
Okay,
but I still think it's important that he still identified that.
Thank you, Star.
No, that's okay. But I think it's still important how he identified about how. I think he had a big part in Shotty hiring Connor because he knows the pedigree of the type of offensive lineman that he produces. That's where I got from that, because when you look at how K-State, all of their linemen is versatile. Obviously, Cooper Beebe is probably one of the most versatile linemen that we have. And then talked about the violence and are they violent? Do they run? Do they hit? And another thing that he said is like he wants that to be the identity of our offense.
Yeah.
And I thought that was crazy. I was like, what is that? To me sounds like defense. Shout out to Coach Q, that's for sure.
I gotta say this too. I forgot to tell y'all, we working on the dope draft show. I forgot to tell y'all that. I forgot to tell y'all we got a dope draft show coming, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my boy out here. This is gonna be Rome's first time on a draft show. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that, man. Me and Rome was talking some damn good ball today. So y'all give us about a week to put the details and stamp that thing. But I'm so excited, man, for my boy Rome, bro. I've been watching Rome on Twitter. I didn't mean to go on that tangent. What was you gonna say? But y'all look out for that. It's gonna be. I want to kind of plug it now, but I'm gonna wait.
His mama named him Clay. I'ma call him Clay. Okay. I loved. The man said they played good. Like, you got to play it for me one more time. He said they played good. Like he damn near stuttered when he said it. And again, it's bruh, simply stated. You said, man, he admired him from afar. Hey, let's say it in layman's terms, dog. Real recognized.
That's real. Yeah. I think our offensive line finna be outstanding. I think it's finna be outstanding. Let me hit two.
It's also why we don't really need to continue to invest in it, but I'll save that
we'll save that for draft content. Shout out to my brother from Oak Cliff, Coach Q. He said, Boss and I are from the same hood. It's true. Oak Cliff never back down, especially when you grew up on Keys, and I did, and play ball at Keys Park, which I did. Boss was always the smallest with the biggest stick. Oak Cliff, for real.
Pause.
Yeah, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I never want to show any side that's not respectful. I don't like that side of Oak Cliff. I'm gonna be honest. The gangster side, I don't. I want to show the man side, honestly. But if it come out, it come out. I'm just being honest. If it come out, it come out. So it's just what it is. I never, you know, we grown. We don't need to show that. But then my boy Rome's, appreciate you though, Coach, and love you, Coach. I grew up with that dude. Like, we went to science and engineering together. We was rivals, and he was the only dude that I would watch play for my rival school that I didn't hate. He would be the only dude that I would watch and say, "That's my boy Q." You know what I mean? That he played center, and he was on varsity for 4 years at a dog school, so he was cold. And he coaching right now, so he nice. You know what I mean? So, and we played for the rival school, but we went to a engineering school together, so we was kind of nerds. We was nerds, but in gangster schools, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So anyway, my boy said, boss, I feel like we go attack free agents the same way we attack the coaching hires. Why you say that?
The film, dog.
I want us. Why you say that, Ron? Break that down. All right, so let's talk about this cap. Let's talk about this cap because, and this is our last subject. And before we get into this subject,
beautiful.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, please.
Please.
Y'all please make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe for Boss Cowboy Sports, and also go to AMP, trying to go to Stargazer. Bless all of us. It's a little bit of work. It's a lot of work actually, but it's necessary. It pushes us up on the algorithm, and we all need that. All right. But you said you was the most excited for the cap, Star. So we will kick it off with you. So, and before you go, I just want to say this. Is that news why we created a brand new hashtag, no more excuses, Dallas Cowboys, hashtag, just no more excuses. Go ahead.
Yep. I think, well, we know, and Boss, you the one who did the presentation years ago. This is why y'all need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports. But he showed about how the cap goes up. He has a beautiful chart where he shows the cap goes up almost every single year.
Right.
And so guess what? Again, the cap went up, and it went up more than what they thought it was going to go up.
Right.
So it literally took us, we were like in the negative, and now we're not in the negative just because the cap went up.
Right.
So this is what we're talking about. Like, we have the money, and there's a lot of moves that as far as like restructuring and stuff, the Dallas Cowboys can get about, we talk about Washington Commanders, they got 100 million. We can get about 100 million. Now, are we going to spend all of that in free agency? No, I don't think so. But I'm saying that we have the money to go out and get some premium players. And Boss, I'm surprised you didn't have the clip, because Eberflus, just like Zimmer came out and said, I need players, Eberflus said multiple times, like, we need more players. We need premium players. And he said, you need about 2 to 3 premium players.
Yeah. He was talking about some pressures. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to be effective. So,
and he was talking about if you want to do what Philly did, he said 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, he said 1 or 2, maybe 3. So I definitely think that we need to take advantage. We have to take advantage of the free agency. I know we're so used to the Joneses. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to do nothing. You know, we just got to focus on the draft, but hell no. Like, we can't continue to just focus. Regardless of what they've done in the past, we need to be pushing them to use the free agency, because everybody else, our division rivals, all the contenders, they're going to get better, and they're going to get better by using the free agency and by using draft. So if we think we're just going to get 1 or 2 bottom of the barrel free agents and then do the draft, you're going to keep getting the same results.
Right.
And Steven said you can't keep doing the same stuff and getting the same results.
Facts.
So that means that they're going to have to change the way that they go about building this thing. You can't just take a look, as Steven said, take a look at it. You can't just take a look at it in quotes. You got to really make some real changes. And I feel like, don't the fans just deserve a win? You know what I'm saying? Like, we are tired of this. Like, can we just get some news that's going to make us happy? So it's like, don't y'all want us to buy back in front office? Aren't y'all tired of us just constantly complaining because you guys have not been doing your jobs? Like, so I really feel like that's why we're saying no more excuses. I'm saying show me the money. Hashtag no more excuses. I'm saying hashtag show me the money. Show me the money, Dallas. Like, we got to spend the money in the free agency. It's no excuses.
Go ahead, you had something on the cap stuff?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As much as on the surface I would want to get excited, there's a potential dark side to it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm taking a part today.
Okay.
the cap is supposed to jump, when I did the math, anywhere from an additional 20 to 26 million for the 2025 season. And with just that alone, you're talking about you might be able to get a couple of extra, free agents, or, you might be able to get some depth pieces. You can do some things. But I'm low-key pissed that it happened. Because honestly, I feel like the Jones family may use that as a crutch to not do anything further financially to free up any additional money. I'm thinking they could potentially use that, and we going with no excuses here. We celebrating, but the Jones family may say, see, we don't have to we don't have to activate the kickers for Dak and CD. See, they gave us the cushion right there. We don't have to do anything else. And could use that honestly as a crutch and a reason not to be active and not to spend. Something else it could do, by it being a jump, it's close to time for Bland to get paid, right? And we all admitted when it happened that we felt like Diggs low-key took a bad deal, right?
He did.
He took a bad deal. So what happens with this new money when it's time for Bland to get paid and this contract is poo-pooing on Diggs? How's that going to make Diggs feel? See, now I believe it kind of creates a competitive imbalance also. And the complete opposite side of what I just said is, because of this newfound money, they could potentially overspend. These are all things we got to look at. These are all things we got to. Now, everybody. I know a couple of y'all done wet your pants when I said that just now. Overspend.
No, you right.
I would love that. Yeah, no.
But
you could overspend.
They could tag Osa.
Or you could feel like,
just waste money.
Well, we weren't banking on that money. We didn't count on that money, and now you're gonna frivolously spend it instead of being smart and frugal about it. And then we'd be like, well, damn, we had the money. Well, what did we end up buying? Damn, 2 packs of gum and some peppermints. That's it. So
they do love to do that type.
Well,
we'd be like, damn, boy, y'all really overreached. And then they're gonna be looking at us.
Like
y'all said y'all wanted us to spend. We didn't want you to spend like that.
Well, I'm finna call you Love. My bad, bro. Amps. I do want to encourage you. You ready?
Yeah.
Use it when you need it.
JG Wentworth is right. It's my money and I need it now.
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 Now, hear me out. You have to spend this year, bro. There's no way around it. Because we got 22 free agents.
We have to.
We only got 10 draft picks. You have to spend this year, bro. They have to shop this year. So, in terms of will they shop smart, I think the pressure is on them to try to make us feel optimism, bro. You know what I mean? And I think the business side of the Cowboys is gonna make them want to throw some names in there that they would have kind of shooed off in the last 3 years. Now, is that a guarantee? No, but that's my gut feeling from all the ants and the anxiousness that's on the Cowboy Nation. They know they got to give us a Stephon Gilmore. They got to give us a Cook, right? Yeah. Now, is it going to be top shelf? No. But it's going to be something that's going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, it might even be like, ooh. Like, it been some couple of years we saw, ooh. Like, remember when they got Griffin? We felt good about that. We did. We felt good about High Killing Dix. We felt good about Poe. And then they fired all of them. They fired all their ass.
Poe and all them. And
what Rome say, you can't draft out of this, bro.
Griffin was literally part of the one of the greatest clips I can remember in recent time, that watermelon kick game and we actually took the lead, that boy Griffin was all in there.
Yeah.
Telling me he wasn't a Dallas Cowboy, boy. And about 3 weeks later, that boy was up out of there.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. They say, and my boy say Dollar Tree shopping spree. Hey, no, it's Marshalls. It's Marshalls.
That's what I'm saying.
Difference.
We can't do Dollar Tree.
We can't do that. We can't do that.
Marshalls.
And we're likely gonna do Marshalls, right?
Nordstrom Rack, please.
Yeah, former greats. It's gonna be some former greats up in there. And look closely how the Cowboys have been shopping over the last 5 years. They be former first, former seconds. It's gonna be people like Will Hernandez. Somebody sent out a good idea to me earlier, like Wilkes. Y'all remember him from the Browns?
Oh, Steve Wilkes, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be somebody like a Steve Wilkes. It's gonna be stuff like that to where they seem like they failing over where they are, similar to what's old boy for Philly?
Mekhi
Becton. It's gonna be that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Tyrone Church say Nick Bowden. Milton Williams, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So I don't think we gonna see Dollar Tree. So hopefully, and you know I ain't gonna sell you no junk, bro. I ain't gonna never lie to you like that, Amp. I do think this year we're gonna do something. I do. My boy Ron he said, we shopping a Target this off season. You think Target? Oh God, bro, I hope not. Nah, we can't do Target, bro. Oh, I hope you're wrong. Did he say Target?
Target.
Well, he's saying Target is better than Dollar Tree.
No, he said Target.
Yeah, Target. Target is bougie.
Target is Target. That's the bougie version.
Is it?
Yeah.
Target.
I didn't know, man. I didn't know. I thought
that's urban. That's Urban Dictionary, bro.
Okay, my bad, bro.
They don't really call it that. Yeah, that's just Urban Dictionary. Target.
Okay, my bad, bro. Teach me something from Georgia, man. And then my boy D. Lee say I wouldn't hold my breath, and I don't want you to, because I want you to keep putting that pressure on them like you're doing on Twitter. I don't want you to hold your breath. You doing an excellent job of holding front office accountable, and we need soldiers like you, bro. Real talk. We need people that. D.A. Lee don't give a damn. He be like, man, I ain't hearing nothing. I love D.A. Lee. My boy D.A. Lee like, man, I believe it when I see it, man. My boy stay angry, and I love it.
You know who D.A. Lee is, bro?
Who's that?
You know who D.A. Lee?
Who's that?
Remember Chappelle's show? Fuck yo, cow.
Yeah.
That's D.A. Lee, bro. Yeah, he'll put his feet on your couch, bro.
Yeah. I want to talk about this cap real quick, just to give my perspective on it. I need to replay that show. Because
perfect timing.
I predicted that this cap was gonna jump like it's jumping too. I did.
Yep.
And it was when I first started the channel.
Bro.
Yeah, I even had a financial specialist. My boy say no DEI. Oak Cliff, don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. That boy say no DEI. I said, to put this in perspective, I want y'all to hear me out. I want y'all to really hear me out. To put this in perspective under the former CBA, because this was one of my first shows, and I think this is one of my best shows almost ever, right? The cap only grew by 10 million per year up into COVID. It was almost like clockwork, 10. In the last two, it jumped by 50.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. So that's basically 5 years of the former cap in 2 years.
Yeah.
This is the point. And
exponential.
Yeah, D.A. Lee, my boy. Any player, this goes back to Micah. Any player even mentioning being team friendly, knowing this in terms of that jump in the cap, should be praised and respected because they don't have to give a discount.
Yeah.
Yep. If Micah is still talking about team friendly, knowing that you had 5 years worth of jump under the former cap, I think it'd be just wise for us to stop the pile on. Just being honest, you know? And I think the timing of the pile on is just not good. If you say Micah talk too much, am I gonna fight you on that? No. No. Will I agree with you? Yeah. I will agree with you on that. But I also will say, this is to me not the time to pounce on that. Not while we trying to get him signed. I am team focus on 877 pay Micah now. That's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think Star, you said it with the most balance last week. I mean Monday. I think you said it best. If you want to blow up the team, don't support the campaign. We're not trying to force anybody. We're not trying to force anybody to think like us, right? Sometimes it's conflicting ideas, which we said happens, right? But if you want the player, 877 pay Micah now. And it's smart for us to do it now. Why? If you pay Micah now, you free up what?
18 million.
Right. 18 million by paying him now, which you can then go into free agent. So if I'm focusing on what LT said or the podcast or what he said about Henry, I mean, yes, talking, sure, that might have hurt some feelings, and I understand it, and I really do. I'm not making that a small thing. I just, in my opinion, I think we just need to focus on what's first, and that's football. That's to me. So, obviously, I want to say that real quick, and then let's go around and give our final words. You can kick us off, Star.
Yeah, I would say that I just want to say it's no excuses. I think that we really just gotta, and I want everybody, like you said, D.A. Lee. I even got on D.A. Lee. I said, D.A. Lee, do you like anything about this thing? Because D.A. Lee be thinking about everything, and everything he's going, he's like, no,
he stay mad.
And I'm like, how we know it's the front office? But anyway, I love D.A. Lee because, like you said, we need people like that.
Keep
we
that
need
pressure
on the front office next. And guys, this is our time.
Right.
This is the off season, guys. So like, we really gotta push our ideas and campaign. Those who are with the movement, stay with the movement. As I said, as Boss said, if you're not with the movement, then okay, but you don't have to come to us under our comments and keep trying to dissuade us, because we are ultimately trying to win 6. We're trying to keep pressure on the front office so that we can contend, because I'm not interested in contending in 3 to 4 years. I want to contend right now, today. And the only way we do that is to continue to put pressure on the front office to participate in free agency, hit on the draft, so that we can be contenders in 2025 and not 2027. And that's my final word. Yeah.
And my final word, I'm going to start it off with the topic that we started with, and that was LT. I will say something. After really listening to the interview, I went too hard on LT. I did. I saw LT different when I listened versus when I read it. When I read it, it rubbed me wrong because he clearly didn't understand that in this new age, you can set up your future. If you spend a little bit of time on a podcast now, you can have an army of fans that might support you for life. It frustrated me, I'm being honest, right? I told him to kick rocks on Twitter. But listening to him, what I really saw, and I'm being honest in my final word, is I saw an older man, who just not aware of the new times of how bars are able to get their bag talking. So I apologize for that tweet because it was a little bit too strong. Okay. So I want to say that first. I think I was just too strong on my opinion on LT. He is one of the greatest football players to ever live, and I respect him greatly, and I just didn't show him enough respect. But I will still say that I disagree. I think the thing about the podcast, I think the podcast is frustrating to a lot of fans, and I do understand y'all frustration. I wouldn't be being honest if I didn't say that I didn't see some of the things that y'all see. The occasional times to where he spoke about a teammate, I never co-signed that. I never thought that was smart. I never thought that was right. Anytime he would talk about money, I never thought that was smart. I never thought that was right. Anytime he even mentioned an opponent, I never liked it. So I do see what y'all see. You know, I want to be very clear on that, right? I do see what y'all see. But I think it's about the focus. That's all. You know, I think it's about the focus of him as a talent. Because if we being honest, Charles Haley was 10,000 times worse. And a whole lot of other Dallas Cowboy players was literally 10,000 times worse. They had a whole house where they would do anything they wanted, from whores, cocaine, orgies, fights. The only difference is everybody and neighbors didn't have phones. But was people out there saying that Dallas Cowboy team wasn't focused on football? And that we don't need to pay them? So when I compare the drama of Micah compared to the drama of others, it's not even comparable, in my opinion. It's just not. I would want us, and this, I'm going to say this because some of y'all saw me go off, and I'm going to just say this. Again, it's all about respect. I'm not going to come in nobody else's house laughing at them. And then go say, I'm laughing at what you saying right now. It's like, bro, who you think you talking to, bro? And this is the deal. Hear me out. I could have did the same thing on a lot of things that I've heard from him, but I never did. I don't agree with that. Precious matter. Let me show you why it matter. That type of thing. I just countered my thoughts with facts, film, data, analysis. Still said always I respect differences of opinion. No laughing, no caps, none of that. So I'm going to just tell everybody, now y'all know how I roll and how I always roll, that it's about respect, you know, and we all need to respect each other so we will never have them type of blow-ups that you saw today.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up. Everybody around me shooters, ain't no telling who was shooting.
So I appreciate y'all, man, and my final word is let's just calm all the temperatures down. I'm talking about between everybody. My whole desire is for all of us to be able to do just like these coaches. Expect conflict, expect it, but handle it right. That's my final word.
Cowboys Nation, look, I'm always looking at things from a player's perspective. You know, not a player's perspective, a player's perspective. And when I look at this, you know, even when you follow football and you follow the Dallas Cowboys, y'all know every single year in training camp, right? There's always fights. We'll fight each other. We'll fight whatever team we might be having a joint practice with. You name it. There's always fights, right? And so a lot of times that happens when because guess what? We don't have opponents to box right now. We ain't boxing Philly right now. We ain't boxing Washington. We not boxing New York. We're trying to make the team better. So in essence, we are competing against one another. And like Boss Cowboy said, may the best idea win. Even the group of content creators that I associate myself with, when we message each other, when we text each other, one person may come with a starting idea. And it's like, ooh, that's good. Yeah, man. Hey, that might be the one we go with. And then somebody else will come in with something else and make you completely forget what you just saw.
Right.
That is positive competition. But at the same time, there's an understanding that everyone has a certain level of respect for one another, respect for each other's time, respect for each other's mind, respect for their ideas, respect for the damn work that they did. Because guess what, y'all? This ain't easy. Like, yeah, I have a day job and I'm at my day job doing my day job. And hey, take a little 15-minute break here. Let me see what Cowboys content I can squeeze out real quick. Let me write some notes down. That's the type of stuff that we do, y'all. So we got to respect one another for each other's work. And when people be coming with these opinions, that's cool. You're entitled to feel how you feel. But my thing is, if you ain't coming to the table with no evidence and no work and you didn't work the problem out and you just saying you got the answer, I'm looking at you a little sideways. So again, if we're going to do this thing called content and we're going to analyze and investigate, etc., show your work. Stand behind your work if you really believe in it. But at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about. You heard the coaches. They're talking about doing what? Getting down to work. They acknowledge the fact that, guess what? At some point in time, we may bump heads. What you didn't hear them say is it won't get out of line because we have a certain level of one, professionalism, but respect for one another. But I do like some of the things I'm hearing. I do like this common theme of physicality, of violence. Like, we've been talking about wanting that for some time now, and the fact that they're actually saying it, I can get jiggy with it. Now all we need to see is them start making the acquisitions that are backing up the things that we heard on these interviews. Now you got to put your money where your mouth is. And because of the NFL and the deals that they keep doing with these networks, guess what? You got more money to put where your mouth is this off season. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. Until next time, Cowboys Nation, y'all be blessed.
And my boss say, boss, y'all got to do a show for real. I'm open to do a show with anybody. All right. I would do a show with anybody that disagree with me, and I'm going to be completely respectful. I promise you. All right. So, you know, I will invite G or anybody where we disagree. That's what I mean by send a link. But I'm also have a fair warning for anybody too. If you do too much, I ain't gonna react right. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I take this serious and I take winning serious. So I'm not playing with this. Like, this is not a joke to me. So it's gonna be a situation. I hate you, Will, bro. I swear I hate this dude out, man. Can you hit that button one more time, bro? That boy hit that shit. Save it.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Look, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets that taught me, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets that taught me, I'm just trying to get my nigga paid. We came from Section 8, and I knew I was at since the second grade. Man, I swear my time.
Hey, bro, I swear I hate you, bro.
Came from broken homes and broken dreams. Dollar bill, listen close, this is not a drill.
I swear that L, bro.
I've been in light, who gon' pay a bill? I've been in action, been in traction. Certain plus for blacking, shining light but still be blacking. Red lights will stop the action. Grand to go, even when it's slow.